Good day, welcome to the Automotive Dad, and welcome to the 2025 CUPRA Born.
Okay.
So what is a CUPRA Born? A CUPRA Born is CUPRA's answer to an everything city car. 79 kilowatt hour battery, pretty impressive. 326 PS, 545 newton meters of torque, 5.6 to 62, and about 124 top speed. Now this one is a VZ, the very tip top with optional paint, dark forest. This one's close to £47,000 on the road. But my question is this a good family car? Because in theory, it's electric, it gets good range, and if you go for a V1 or a V2, they are relatively affordable, especially on PCP deals. So let's dive in and find out just how good the 2025 CUPRA Born is. Now, starting with the front end, for me, it was a look which took a little while to adjust to, not because it was bad, just because it's different. Obviously, there are other cars within the Volkswagen Audi group that have similar styling, but CUPRA have really taken their own edge to it. Nice strong sweeping lines, nice headlight display, and ultimately this is basically just the sportiest offering within Volkswagen Audi Group. The CUPRA Born front end looks good, looks different, stands out, and that continues down the side. Now the side design is the first part where I said, oh, I can still see those similarities, but wait a minute. CUPRA have taken a real vested interest into taking their new lovely design aesthetic and putting it everywhere. From your tail lights having Born indented into it, this lovely kind of diamond shaped pattern which is taken into the inside as well. These massive 20-inch alloys, which are a bit of a weird size, 215/45/20, so very big but not massively wide, reminiscent of a BMW i3. In fact, these alloys are the ones that you'll get on a V3 or a VZ, and they look amazing. Like, it's a lovely, lovely design. The whole side profile of this car looks great. As I say, you see similarities, but CUPRA have really, they've taken it to the design suite and improved it tenfold. Now, the back end is the finale of design, because CUPRA have really taken their finishing touches and just made the entire exterior sporty, unique. The design aesthetic's great. This dark forest colour is beautiful, whilst a very expensive 900 and something pound option. The exterior of this is different, it's cool to look at, it stands out from the competition, even within Volkswagen Audi Group, and it's just done really well. So aesthetically, this looks cool, but what about the inside? Sorry for the intrusion, but I thought I would introduce you to today's sponsor, Carly. I'm in the family car, and I'm going to put it to the test and see exactly what it can do, from diagnostics to seeing when services are going to be due, reading codes, and smart mechanic to know exactly what's actually going on with your car. So let's check it out. Now really, it's as simple as plugging the OBD port in down here, opening the app on your phone, and turning the car on to accessory or just idle so you don't run your battery down. Now, once the app is open, as you can see here, you're going to connect to your Carly. And a short time later, you will start getting some information regarding your car. Now, straight into diagnostics, finding out how healthy is our car. So here it's telling me it's going to check ABS, additional equipment, air conditioning, airbag, it's going to check everything. So I'm just going to press check for issues. It's done its check, and it's telling me that there are 4 issues found and smart mechanic guides for 3 of them after checking 18 ECUs. Flicking through, I can see that there's 2 issues with the engine, an issue with the air conditioning, and an issue with the central electronics. So after running through everything, I could see there are a few issues. They were to do with wheel speed, position sensors and stuff from getting the indicator sorted that just needed clearing. Nice and easy to do. I'm then able to go straight into the actual coding of the car and have a look at the different systems, from climate control to interior electronics. I can see if I want to add something on, like an American daytime marker light on. Nice and easy. And beyond that, I can go into the actual servicing, because the car knows an amount of what servicing it needs.
Whilst BMWs have really in-depth servicing on board, Volkswagen Audi Group don't have as much, but you can still see it there. You can set manual reminders and Carly will tell you when things are needed. So should you find yourself intrigued by this, Carly, as I was, head down to the link below, click on it, you can get one. Put DAD15 in checkout and you will get 15% off your order. And I strongly recommend you give it a go. Anyway, back to the video. Let's go.
Now, the moment you get inside, you immediately spot the design aesthetic from outside being brought in. Diamond quilting everywhere. Looks really cool. And because CUPRA are such a eco-friendly company, the interior is made of eco-friendly and recycled ingredients, as it were. So whilst the dashboard in front of me implies it's got stitching, it's not, it's plastic, but very good quality plastic. And the seats are, without question, the most comfortable I've sat in for a very long time. They're say belts, so they should be. Made out of eco-friendly materials, like the entire interior. And the entire design of the interior is just nice to look at. But wait a minute, it gets better because the interior is huge. I've got a large amount of headroom. I'm in my normal seating position, and yet anyone in the back seat, which you'll see in a second, doesn't struggle in the slightest. Visibility is relatively good. The A-pillar is slightly restrictive, but nothing too bad, and they've put in windows to try and mitigate it. The infotainment system is easy to navigate, easy to use, and the tiny instrument cluster in front of you is customizable to give you what you need. Now, if you go for a VZ, you get a Sennheiser in-car audio system. Now, Sennheiser in my professional industry are known as some of the best of the best of the best when it comes to audio equipment. Sadly, that's not really passed over in their car technology, because whilst the system is good, it's not that much better than a standard system. And the audio processing unit that they're using, when you try and put it into like surround sound mode, struggles, and you can hear bitrate issues. It's a cool idea. I love the fact that Sennheiser are getting into automotive, but they're just not quite there yet. My only bugbear from the front, really, are two things, because otherwise the front end is great. Haptics and everything being hidden in an infotainment system just seems to be the way, although other brands are taking note and removing that and bringing actual buttons back. Now, it's not to say that it's unusable, I just never really got along with haptics and didn't like the fact that everything is hidden within the infotainment system. Easy enough to get to, but not so easy to get to when you're driving. That's about it. And the final thing is, on the window control, you only have two buttons. You press a button to select the rear windows, which is a haptic-y kind of touch button, instead of just having four buttons here. You couldn't say it's a cost-saving exercise, because ultimately you're talking £1 or £2 to put that in. So it's just a choice that they've made to make it seem more minimalist, because the interior is so minimalist. But in summary, the front end is great to be in and comfortable and perfect for the family life. But now to the back, the kids zone, where I am hugely impressed, because this back section for a car which is basically the size of a Golf is absolutely gargantuous. ISOFIX 360 seat with a literal hand gap between it and the seat in front when it's in a normal seating position. This is unheard of in anything except like a long wheelbase 7 Series. The interior space in this is great, but the rear seat space is really well thought out for families and just general life, because take these seats out, you can have a taller person in the back because it's not a sloping headline and they've got good legroom. But the fact that there is this much space here means that all your family utilities can go in. 2 USB-C plugs in the back. It's so well thought out. But join me in the back, where we have 385 litres of boot capacity, which actually is a reasonable amount when you consider how much interior space there is in the cabin. But it's just not quite enough if you have bigger prams. You can work it out take off the parcel shelf, for instance, to fit them in. There is a way to do it. But it seems very much so that the boot was less of a concern and it was more of a passenger comfort priority. Because the boot, as I say, is more than an acceptable amount for normal life. But when you have buggies, not just prams, buggies and bags and other bags of toys and lunch boxes and shoes and spare clothes, this boot fills up really, really fast. So it's still not bad, but it's just, if this was slightly bigger, the entire car, as in, if this car was half a foot longer and the boot was that much bigger, it would be superb, like 10 out of 10. Now, the drive of the Born is very surprising. You expect this to be a pretty decent driving car, because CUPRA don't make not good driving cars. But you get in and immediately kind of feel very comfortable and planted, definitely helped by the seatbelt seats. The steering doesn't feel totally disconnected, it's got a reasonable feel. The throttle response is instantaneous. The brakes feel pretty good, though every now and then give you a bit of an EV feel. Different drive modes give you different driving responses for yourself, and you can press it into like the CUPRA e-boost mode to give you a bit more zip for a short period. And dynamically in corners, whilst this is a bit of a high-sided vehicle, let's be honest, it absolutely doesn't feel it. It grips to the road incredibly well, especially considering the tyres are only 215 wide. Although 20s, but still 215. The range, you're quite easily going to see 300 miles out of this one in perfect warm summer weather. With aircon on. With aircon off, driving with the windows down through town is a big question mark, because I think this could be really surprising. I managed 5 miles per kilowatt hour out of this. 5.1 actually was my highest, which is just mind-bending. That was around town with aircon on, but generally just kind of flat town driving, didn't really hit much traffic. But that's really good. On the motorway, I never saw any less than about 3.7 if I was driving at 70, calibrated 70, with aircon on full to keep me nice and cool in this random British heat wave we've had in the middle of, or even beginning of, April. Generally, then you would see anywhere between 4 and 4.5 for normal driving situations. Drive a bit slower and it will get higher. The fact that this car has about 100 horsepower more than the next trim down means that this really is good. And in a traditional sense, you would say, well, it's got 100 horsepower more, therefore the economy would be worse. It isn't, because the engines do less. I really, really enjoy driving this car. And yes, while the visibility can be a little bit interesting at times when you're going through tighter residential streets, this A-pillar does get a little bit in the way. The glass little windows help. The rest of the car, visibility is pretty good. And genuinely, this is just fun to drive. You get in it, and you drive it, and you enjoy it. It doesn't feel like you're driving an electric car, whilst you know it's an electric car, quite clearly. It doesn't feel non-engaging. So the drive is very, very good. Oh, and about the only thing I can add is that I'd really like the regen brake to just be slightly stronger, because on maximum regeneration, this doesn't give you like a one pedal feel. Bit of a shame, but not the end of the world. So ultimately, this is a very good car. The VZ is quick and punchy, looks good, the interior is comfortable, comes with a £47,000 price tag. The V1, V2, not as fast, not as much range, but equally usable. Still that same great interior space. Aesthetically, I really like how this looks. The very, very front on takes a little bit of getting used to. But everyone said that about the BMW i3 when it first came out, and now it's turning into a cult classic. The entire exterior, to me, I really like. The 20-inch alloys are just such a lovely, lovely design. Dark forest, that's the colour I'd go for. 900 and something pound option, entirely worth it. The interior space and comfort is just mind-bending for a car this small to have that much space. Yes, the boot could be slightly bigger, but you can forgive it for its size. The actual interior practicality is massive, with cup holders here and storage container units. You get the idea. This is really well thought out. And the drive, well, 326 PS, 545 newton meters of torque, 5.6 to 62 with a boost mode to give you a little bit more zip. 124 top speed, not that you're probably ever going to do that, especially in the UK, maybe in Germany. This goes around corners superbly well. It's responsive, doesn't feel too much like an EV. I can forgive the brakes. Every now and then they give you a slightly EV feel, but generally they're pretty good. I really like this. It's not like a full 10 out of 10 just because that storage in the back could be slightly better, but it's a good like 9 out of 10. It's got little imperfections. I'd like to see a revised version without haptics. That's not the end of the world, you do get used to them. I just don't personally like them. But this CUPRA Born is a very good car. In whatever variant you get, it's good. And the VZ is probably the best. Yeah, definitely the best.